I just saw Austin from the Austin and Berm show. Pretty cool.
We just got back from a very eventful day 3 of Ohio State training camp. I made a little vlog of some recordings I did when I was down there. We're going to react to some clips, some interviews from Julian Sain, and at the end give my overall thoughts. And I got to meet some very interesting people today. So without further ado, let me play my vlog of what I recorded when I was down there.
I just saw Austin from the Austin and Berm show. Pretty cool.
Red Line Running, Kyle Parker. Carson Hinchman. Jeremiah Smith.
If you ain't watched up in the
Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
Unfortunately, I was not allowed to record any of these 7-on-7. They were very clear. No phones, no pictures, no nothing when they were playing. Don't worry. I mean, you weren't really missing much. It was 7-on-7. They were barely throwing the ball. I mean, they were throwing the ball. Wasn't a lot of any big plays, at least today. Yesterday, Chris Henry, Devin McEwen, and Jeremiah apparently went crazy. Not so much today. It was really cool. It's my first time ever really seeing the guys up and close in person. Like, I mean, these guys were 5 feet away from your punters right there. The linemen were right there. Got to see Kenyatta, and my God, Kenyatta Jackson is the biggest motherfricker I've ever, like, holy, like, you thought Jeremiah was big, and you thought, like, I saw Chris Henry, and I'm like, oh my God, Chris Henry's big, and then you see Kenyatta, and you're like, oh my God, bro. He's huge, and he was beating up on the tackles. I don't know if I got a video of it on here. My God, Kenyatta Jackson is going to be a top 5 pass rusher this year. He was destroying Phillip Daniels in the 7-on-7, and Ian Moore and Austin Sayer. He was killing them. He was absolutely killing whoever he was going up against. He was killing them. It was one of the most incredible things I had seen the entire time I was there. We got to see the special teams, the kickers. Woo! Kickers! It's not a lost cause yet, but field goals were not very good today. The kickers were not, no bueno. No bueno. Connor Hawkins, no bueno. Julian Sain looked good. He looks pretty big. I think he said he's 6'1", 215, so I think 5-7 pounds heavier than yesterday. When you go there, and if you went at all the past 3 days, super fun. I got there at 8 a.m. so I got there an hour early, and I stayed for the majority of it. But we got to also see Legend Bay. He was back today. He looked fine. He was warming up a little bit with the wide receivers, which is what I thought was interesting. And then he was at tailback a little bit at special teams at returner when they were doing the kickoff drills or whatever you want to call it. Isaiah West warming up with the starters was a big thing, or playing on 7-on-7 with the starters. I didn't see Bo Jackson the entire day. He's either there's an injury, or we're really going to see, hey, Isaiah might be able to take, just like how Bo took James Peoples' spot, we could see Isaiah West take over Bo Jackson. I would probably assume it's just that, I mean, they both had shoulder surgery. I would just assume it's just that Bo's injury, the recovery is taking a little bit longer. But man, Isaiah is stepping up. We're going to have two incredible backs. Whether Legend Bay is actually going to contribute and, not mess around, who knows? We'll see. But it was super cool to see them play. Chris Henry looked good. Brock Boyd looked good. We got to see Luke Fahey a little bit. He was checking the line a little bit. Either it was Kenyatta, he got him to jump off sides, which I thought was really funny. And then I'm trying to think what else. We saw the I think I showed in the vlog earlier, the linemen hitting the bags, the tight ends hitting the bags, which I thought was cool. Got to see Ryan Day. At the beginning of, I don't know if it was Anthony Schlegel or if it was Mick Marotti, but yelling at all the fans, saying like, get up, go buy stuff, don't tell your wife, tell them that we gave it to you for free. I mean, that was probably the funniest part of the entire day. But I want to show a couple photos now of who I got to meet. I got to meet Tim May, Tony Gerdeman, and Tom Orr. I was talking with Tim May. We probably talked for 5 minutes. Tim May's the funniest guy. You just you give him one sentence, he'll give you a paragraph. He just goes on and on and on. And it's his personality. That's why everybody loves Tim May. Super funny. I mean, he was talking about Ohio State, and he, starts talking to me about his, when he was coaching Little League. And it's funny. It's just how it goes. Talked to him probably for 5 minutes. That was really fun. Then I talked to Tony Gerdeman. He was a little bit busy. He was with Stephen Means as well. And I talked to Tony for a couple minutes, talking more about the actual, the play that was happening on that day. And then talking about Devin McEwen, because he did really well the previous day. And then kind of tell him hey, I do YouTube. This is what I do. Just ask him about Buckeye Insiders as he is starting that. And then I got to meet with Tom Orr last. I talked to Tom the least. Tom, maybe he's the nicest guy you'll ever meet. Super fun. Juck wasn't there. I've tried to meet up with Juck for a long time. Schedule conflicts has been all over the place. He was there the past 2 days. Wasn't there today. But I posted it on Twitter. If you have not followed my Twitter, go follow me on Twitter, trying to grow that account, and on Instagram if you were up to that. If you're interested, if you use that platform, we are also on Instagram. But yeah, got to meet Tom, got to see Tony, got to meet Tim May. And these are guys that, like my dad went with me. These are people that my dad knows, Tim May's specifically. So that was super cool meeting all the media. I saw Austin and Berm at the beginning at the 97.1, the fan booth. They were with their family, so I didn't go up to them. But yeah, it was really cool. I mean, Jerem, my God, these guys are giants. You think that for me, I am 5'11", 190 pounds. I have good muscle genetics. It's not even possible for me to do what these guys are doing. These people genetically are just so, even even Tegra, which we all hated on Tegra, genetically is still a freak compared to me. I will say, having Jaden Fielding as the kicker the past couple of years has really made me think of how scrawny punters are. The punters that were warming up about 10 feet in front of me, bro, these punters are big boys. These guys are bigger than me. I'm which I thought was really funny. I mean, we got to see Ryan Day, got to see all of the coaches, got kind of a close up and personal sighting with Tyler Bowen as he was talking to his linemen. Jermaine came right up to us. I think he was getting Gatorade or something. So got to see Jermaine real up close. But it was super, super fun. That was kind of the good. Some of the bad, it's early, and offensive lines never look good early in the season and early into camp. The offensive line was not really getting pushed. The defensive line, James Smith, Kenyatta, were all over the O-line today. Receivers were fine. DBs looked pretty good today. Brandon Innes was talking smack. Brandon Innes was talking smack to, I think it was Jermaine. I don't think Brandon Innes did anything all day. I think I saw Jeremiah have one catch. I don't think he really did a bunch today. Got to see a little bit of Tavian St. Clair. He looked pretty good. Brock Boyd, got to see him again. I saw Devin McEwen have a couple good balls. I saw Jaquaden Guilford for, I think, a couple snaps. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. A lot of if you're planning on going next year, kind of what to expect, get there early, get a good seat. I wouldn't recommend buying the VIP because then you're in the end zones and you can't really see anything. So I would not recommend getting any of the VIP seats. It's a lot of warm up early in the first like half an hour. Then you get 7-on-7, then some more break time, then more 7-on-7, then some field goals, special team stuff. And then we left like an hour and a half, 2 hours before it ended. It was like 9 to 12. I got there at 8. I didn't want to be there for 6 hours or 4 hours. So we left a little bit early, but I would say, yeah, stay, get there, watch them warm up, then watch the 7-on-7. Then you can kind of dip. I don't really know if they're doing anything interesting after that, but it was super cool. I got to be on the Ohio State practice fields, which was super nice. Got a very good up close to Ohio State, what they're going to look like in 2026. Saw Arthur Smith, saw Matt Patricia. One thing that was the most interesting thing that I saw was in college football 27, the playbooks are supposed to be pretty similar to what they were going to run. And my goodness, they are. Motion, the offense in the game, motion, tight ends everywhere. That's exactly what we saw on the 7-on-7 this year. At practice today. And one of the things that I saw in one of the formations in college football 27 was Hunter Welsing going out wide, like at the X where Jeremiah is. And I thought, that's stupid. We're not going to do that. And I saw it. He motioned back in, but they were lining Hunter Welsing out wide where you would see Jeremiah or Carnell, like wide, like near the sideline, near the boundary, which I thought was interesting. The motion and back in, there's a lot of motion. When they were practicing formations, they're just, practicing the motions. There was a little bit of a scruffle. It started, there was a running play, and Jeremiah was blocking Jermaine, and he pushed Jermaine's away. And I don't remember if it was Jalen McClain, but it was a running play. Jeremiah starts pushing Jermaine, stops. There's a safety looking one way opposite of Jeremiah, and Jeremiah just shoves him to the ground, knocks over a lineman. A lineman pushes a defensive lineman, and they all start fighting. It was so funny. Watching football fights is like, I don't want anyone to get hurt, but fights in football are one of my favorite things. I love watching fights in football. So that was really cool to watch. But that was kind of all. It was very hot that day, so probably should have brought a hat. I didn't bring my hat, but very sweaty. It was very fun. We got lunch after, but I want to kind of jump over because there's a couple clips from Julian Sand and then a couple clips on Twitter that I want to react to. Julian Sand, this is a little bit of a clip from this interview.
Coming out today, it seemed like the energy was up a little bit more at times. I guess, how much do you feed off of that? And I don't know, as an older guy, do you kind of lean into it a little bit?
Yeah, I think you definitely encourage it because it really brings the best out of both sides. You love the chippiness. You love. You don't obviously want it to get excessive and get into fights or get anything like that and waste time, but you love the chippiness because that's what it's going to be like on Saturdays, and we're making each other better.
What do you hear from the most from the other side of the ball?
I'm close with Peyton Pierce, so I think me and him we can and then also the corners and the safeties like Jermaine will talk to you, Earl will talk to you, Jalen won't talk as much.
Jermaine gets cooked all the time.
But Earl and Jermaine and Devin will talk to you.
Julian, can that trash talk show a little bit of leadership?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think if as the quarterback, if you're out there, trash talking the defense, the O-line loves it and they feed into it, and it's a lot of fun.
Is that something you've learned the last couple of years?
Yeah, for sure.
It seemed like in the red zone period, a couple of those balls completed a lot of pace on them. How much better has it improved your velocity? Does that come with some of the added big muscles?
Yeah, I think being able to add some weight and improve strength in the off season, and have a stronger base and have a little bit stronger legs is able to help increase that pace. And there's Coach Day always says there's nobody open in the red zone. It's every window is going to be tight. You got to throw with a ton of pace. We got to make great catches. So it comes from that.
Did you feel pretty good then about a couple of those balls you did put in those tight windows? It just seemed like what you just said kind of showed up.
Yeah. I think we did some. We didn't execute on all those plays, but I think there were some good plays in that period.
You've been with Isaiah.
Are there types of throws you feel like you're able to make this year? You're talking about the red zone, but it could be extra weight. Are there genuine types of throws you feel like you're able to get to more this year?
I think just it's not certain. They're not certain throws, but just throwing in the different windows.
What do you like from Isaiah so far? He's been with you a while.
Yeah, he's done some great things. You know, he's somebody who had a really good offseason, had a really good summer, and is, you know, somebody who the offense trusts a lot. You know, the whole building trusts a lot. We have a great running back room. You know, Isaiah, Bo, Jacoby, Legend, all those guys. They're very good players, and you know, it's a great room. So we're excited about that.
The Ohio State quarterback's a celebrity. How are you handling that? And what's the hardest part?
Yeah, I think, you know, I was able to kind of see it my freshman year with Will and see how to kind of deal with that. But you know, our fans are great here. They are super respectful, super supportive, and
right,
you know, we appreciate that.
That's how I describe
says you
our
have a
fan
different look
base.
in your eye. What goes into that? Do you agree with him? Do you feel like you have a different look in your eye this year?
I think it's just you know, the intensity and you know, maybe the seriousness of this season.
Just having 14 starts under your belt, I'm sure that's just
yeah. I mean, it's super important to have, you know, that experience, and it's something that, you know, you can't really teach is kind of have the experience of playing in the game.
I'm flexible. Been in a lot of different systems, offense, defensively. Get the language, the teaching progressions. You know, you kind of assessing everything as you're going back. But when you get with the players, it's really the style of play, and you want to adapt every year to the strength of your team. And a lot of people say that it's not a rigid playbook, and so you know, as you're assessing everybody, but I would say my non-negotiable is our style of play, and it's going to go up front. Yeah. Like if you want to be there at the end, whether you're in big-time college or in the NFL, if you want to, you know, have the confetti come down on you, you're going to have to win through the bigs. And that's not just the run game, it's, you know, the protection, but it's a style of play. And then the other thing would be the discipline. You know, that's the thing that no matter where you're at, like, you can't have the self-inflicted wounds, and those are all the little things. I mean, you really look what Indiana did. They just they were brilliant in the basics. They didn't beat themselves, and, you know, that's the things you got to be, you know, very cognizant of, and you're coaching, you know, the rules and all that stuff, so you don't beat yourself. And I'm flexible.
Yeah, so Arthur Smith got rid of the mustache. That is definitely a big thing, is not messing up on the mental stuff. Kind of what, I didn't say it earlier, but what Julian was talking about with Jacoby, Jacoby Jackson got slammed on the ground. He got picked up by, I think it was Alliegro or one of the linebackers, and just got slammed in the ground about like 10 feet in front of me, which is super funny.
Selling the whole gym, you being close.
Here's James Smith talking about his family with Alabama. Let me just put this on 1.5.
I asked him in the break.
Oh, no, that's 1.5.
I said, where are you from? He said, Montgomery. I said, you're north. And he goes, oh, I thought it was south. So then I said, well, did you know the Buckeyes growing up? Like, were you a fan? And you looked at me and you went, please.
Yes, definitely. I definitely knew of them. So it was like one phone coach day. He not believing that people was coming from the south to play up here. Like, which was unthought of back then for somebody to really come down there and play up here, because you got Bama, SEC schools.
Yep.
But in my mind, I'm like, I'll really come up here, like, because my family right there, my dad just selling the whole gym, you being closer with your family up here and stuff like that. No hit back. So it's like a full circle, almost like, now I'm here, now this, and now he just all made his dream for real.
So you had your family was from Cleveland.
My mom and my dad.
And your dad, Buckeyes.
Buckeyes, through and through. Buckeyes at the Bama game.
Buckeyes at the Bama game.
Yeah, the Buckeyes at the Bama game.
How'd that go over?
Anybody really gonna say nothing? Because, like,
I guess.
Yeah, I'm out there, so it's like, okay, that is James' dad, but he's tripping right now.
So James Smith is huge. If you have not seen the Dudes of the Week that happened a couple days ago, he is ginormous, and he was big in practice today. The thing that is just so weird is the number. Like, my guy, you were a defensive tackle wearing number 3. Kenyatta wears 2. James Smith wears 3. Quay is 4, so it's 2, 3, 4 on the line, and then you just have John Walker wearing 55 or Edric wearing 96. So I don't. Why are you wearing 3? You got to get up in those 50s or those 90s. That's kind of, I think, all I had. Practice was super fun. So if you're considering going next year, I would at least try to go once if you've never been before. It's a super fun experience. And if you enjoyed today's video, consider subscribing, and also consider clicking on the video you see on screen. Who knows, it might be the best video you have ever seen in your entire life. You won't know unless you click it.